Welcome to Daily Armor. We'll be looking at Joshua chapter 5, verses 13 through 15 today. Let's turn in our Bibles to Joshua 5, 13 through 15. And it says, "And it came to pass, when Joshua was by Jericho, that he lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, there stood a man over against him with his sword drawn in his hand. And Joshua went unto him and said unto him, Art thou for us, or for our adversaries? And he said, Nay, but as captain of the host of the Lord am I now come. And Joshua fell on his face to the earth and did worship, and said unto him, What saith my Lord unto his servant? And the captain of the Lord's host said unto Joshua, Loose thy shoe from off thy foot, for the place whereon thou standest is holy. And Joshua did so." When we first look at this, we think about Joshua. If you know anything about Jericho, there's even like some children's songs about, Joshua fought the battle at Jericho and the walls came tumbling down. So we know this was a force to be reckoned with. This was a fortified city. How are they going to get in? No, but it was all shut up. Nobody was coming in. Nobody was going out. And yet, this is nothing that the Lord can't handle. So we see here that Joshua notices this man. He's got a sword drawn. He doesn't know who this is. He's wondering, is he on our side? Is he on their side? He's wondering. And he says, Art thou for us or for our adversaries? And we're going to notice the answer here in verse number 14. And he said, Nay, means no. He's like, no, I'm not on your side, and I'm not on their side. But he says, But as captain of the host of the Lord am I now come. And Joshua fell on his face to the earth and did worship, and said unto him, What saith my Lord unto his servant? If you ever, growing up in school, somebody was always elected to be captain, and they would pick their teams. And, I don't know, I probably was never captain. I don't remember. But probably more than likely you were never captain as well, and you were, sides were being picked. And the captain was of the teams was the one who gets to choose who's on his team. And as we look at this scripture and I notice the word captain, it makes me think of that. It made me think of that picking sides, the captain gets to pick the sides. The captain gets to pick the people on his team, and we line up with the captain. But here Joshua's asking, are you on my side or are you on their side? And he's like, no, it doesn't work that way. We're not asking God to join our side. God is asking us to join him, and that's what's happening here. Jesus is the captain. He's the boss, and we are to line up under him, and that's what is taking place in these verses. And that's exactly what Joshua does. He immediately falls on his face to the earth and did worship, and said unto him, What saith my Lord unto his servant? He joins up to the Lord's team. He gets on his side. Not God getting on my side, not God getting on Joshua's side, but Joshua getting on God's side. Teresa getting on Jesus' side. Choosing what he wants, choosing what he says, and doing what he wants. Choosing sides isn't for me to choose, but it's for him. And it's for me to line up with him. And so I love this about this scripture. Verse 15 says, And the captain of the Lord's host said unto Joshua, Loose thy shoe from off thy foot, for the place whereon thou standest is holy. And Joshua did so. God's who makes things holy. God's who makes things right. I want to be always lined up with him, and I fall short so many times. I fail so many times. And when I get a little bit out of whack, when I get a little bit off of the path, then I'm asking, Lord, are you helping me? And he's like, no, it's not about picking sides. It's not about picking sides. It's not about God coming to my side and God going on their side, but it's about me lining up with him. Me getting I'm on his team. He chose me. He picked me. He chose me. And I'm so glad that he did. I tried so hard to get to him, but he chose me. And I've been chosen of him to join his team, not for him to line up on my side, but for me to stay lined up on his side. I thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you again soon.